In the realms of quantum science, theoretical exploration, and unexplained phenomena, the Mandela Effect has emerged as a subject of growing curiosity. The term describes instances where large groups of people seem to recall events differently from how they are documented in historical records. This phenomenon has fueled widespread theories suggesting that our reality might be shifting or blending with alternate dimensions. One of the most thought-provoking explanations for this involves Max Laughlin, a young intellectual widely regarded for his unconventional insights into the nature of reality, quantum mechanics, and parallel universes. Laughlin has proposed that the Mandela Effect might be tied to activities conducted at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, more commonly known as CERN. According to Laughlin, the experiments carried out at CERN's Large Hadron Collider might be unintentionally interfering with the fabric of space and time. His theory suggests that these high-energy experiments could be causing microscopic openings between alternate timelines, allowing fragments of other realities to merge with our own. This concept has gained traction among those interested in the crossover between advanced science and the unexplained. At the foundation of Laughlin's proposition lies CERN itself, an internationally renowned scientific institution headquartered near Geneva, Switzerland. This research center houses the Large Hadron Collider, the most powerful particle accelerator currently in operation. Built to explore the building blocks of the universe, the collider functions by accelerating particles to nearly the speed of light and then crashing them together to observe fundamental physical forces in action. A milestone in CERN's achievements occurred in the year 2012, when scientists confirmed the existence of the Higgs boson, often referred to as the God particle. This breakthrough provided insight into how other particles acquire mass and marked a revolutionary step forward in our understanding of physics. However, while these discoveries were celebrated within the scientific community, CERN has also become the subject of various speculative theories. Some believe the energy levels involved in the collider's experiments could be producing consequences not fully recognized or acknowledged by mainstream science. Laughlin, despite his young age, has presented compelling ideas suggesting that these particle collisions may be tearing or distorting the structure of spacetime itself. These rifts, he proposes, might momentarily open doorways between our dimension and others. Through such temporary connections, slight variations from alternate timelines, such as different versions of historical events, could be introduced into our own world. Central to his theory is the idea that the universe is not a single reality, but a vast collection of parallel dimensions. Each dimension may contain a slightly different version of our reality. When massive energy is released during particle collisions, Laughlin suggests it could momentarily breach the boundaries separating these realities. This might explain why certain groups of people collectively remember specific events differently, such as alternate versions of famous quotes, brand names, or even the timing of public figures' lives. This concept finds some footing in the complexities of quantum mechanics. In this field of study, particles behave in strange and unpredictable ways. The principle of superposition allows particles to exist in multiple states simultaneously, while entanglement describes particles remaining interconnected across vast distances. These phenomena challenge traditional understanding and invite questions about the structure of reality. If the universe truly behaves in such unpredictable ways at a microscopic level, it is not entirely inconceivable that dimensions might intersect under extreme conditions. Although established scientists generally reject the notion that CERN could be causing rips between dimensions, those who support Laughlin's theory argue that the implications of high-energy particle research are still not fully understood. Even CERN's own physicists have acknowledged that their work probes into areas of physics that remain unexplored, and that pushing the frontiers of human knowledge may lead to unforeseen consequences. One of the long-term objectives of CERN's collider is to gain a better understanding of dark matter and dark energy. These two entities are believed to make up most of the universe, yet they remain largely mysterious. Some theoretical physicists speculate that to fully comprehend these forces, scientists might need to explore dimensions beyond the three we currently perceive. The idea that alternate realities are essential to explaining the universe's hidden composition fits naturally within Laughlin's broader hypothesis. Those who entertain Laughlin's perspective argue that the Mandela Effect may represent one of the side effects of this research. If experiments at CERN are indeed capable of creating subtle but temporary distortions in spacetime, this might offer an explanation for why some individuals begin to recall events that don't match with historical documentation. The theory holds that when our dimension momentarily overlaps with another, aspects of each reality could merge, influencing collective memory. The appeal of Laughlin's hypothesis lies in its attempt to provide a coherent narrative for a mysterious phenomenon. While many cognitive scientists attribute the Mandela Effect to memory errors or mental shortcuts, these explanations often leave people unsatisfied, especially those who strongly believe their memories are accurate. For these individuals, the notion of a dimensional shift caused by cutting-edge scientific experimentation offers a more satisfying, if unsettling, alternative. Furthermore, this theory taps into a broader unease about the unintended consequences of advanced research. Throughout modern history, rapid advancements in science and technology have often triggered public concern. Whether it's the development of nuclear energy, artificial intelligence, or genetic engineering, society has long grappled with the balance between innovation and risk. In this context, CERN becomes symbolic of humanity's push into unknown territory. Its powerful machines and ambitious goals make it a focal point for fears about the potential side effects of tampering with the building blocks of reality. Max Laughlin's suggestion that CERN's activities may be unintentionally merging dimensions offers a captivating explanation for the Mandela Effect. While not widely accepted within the scientific mainstream, it presents an intriguing fusion of theoretical physics and speculative thought. For those who feel that traditional science has not adequately addressed the Mandela Effect, Laughlin's theory invites a different perspective, one that encourages us to question what we know about time, space, and memory itself. One of the key reasons Max Laughlin's theory has resonated with so many is because it offers a possible explanation for a phenomenon that many find deeply puzzling. While psychologists and neuroscientists often explain the Mandela Effect as a result of false memories or the brain blending information over time, these interpretations don't sit well with everyone, especially those who feel absolutely convinced of the accuracy of their recollections. The suggestion that this strange phenomenon might actually stem from dimensional shifts caused by advanced scientific activity introduces a mysterious and captivating layer that appeals to those intrigued by quantum mechanics and the unexplained. Furthermore, Laughlin's ideas touch on broader cultural concerns about the consequences of highly advanced scientific research being conducted without full public understanding. Throughout history, major scientific breakthroughs have frequently sparked anxiety over the potential unintended outcomes, ranging from the development of atomic energy to the rise of artificial intelligence. CERN, as a leading institution exploring the deepest aspects of particle physics through extremely powerful experiments, naturally fits into this narrative for those who feel science may be edging into unknown and possibly dangerous territory. Laughlin's assertion that CERN's operations could be unintentionally opening passageways to alternate dimensions, and in doing so, triggering the Mandela Effect, has sparked considerable discussion. Yet some researchers have taken the idea a step further, proposing an alternative perspective. Rather than the phenomenon being purely the result of dimensional shifts, they suggest that the intense energies generated by CERN's experiments might be contributing to a broader psychological phenomenon, a widespread alteration in human cognition and perception, often referred to as mass delusion. Traditionally, mass delusion refers to situations where large numbers of individuals begin to share false or distorted beliefs, typically due to social, psychological, or cultural pressures. However, some theorists now argue that CERN's highly complex and energy-intensive experiments could be playing a role in this, not just symbolically, but physiologically. They believe that the manipulation of subatomic particles and the enormous energies released might be having subtle, unintentional effects on human perception and memory around the world. Shared false memories or unusual beliefs have historically been linked to a combination of mental stress, environmental shifts, and emotional triggers. In modern times, the internet and social media have often served as catalysts, amplifying fears or uncertainties and helping them spread rapidly. But this new theory points to a possible external influence, suggesting that the physical energy produced by the Large Hadron Collider may itself be disrupting how people process and remember information. If this is the case, it would represent a completely new category of mass delusion, one not rooted in social dynamics alone, but potentially triggered by advanced scientific activity at a global scale. A central component of this concept involves the powerful electromagnetic fields produced by CERN's particle accelerator. In order to propel subatomic particles to near the speed of light before smashing them together, the collider relies on extremely strong magnetic systems and energy fields. These interactions generate temporary but massive distortions in their immediate environment, conditions that don't naturally occur on Earth. The human brain, it is known, is highly sensitive to electromagnetic interference. Brainwaves and cognitive functions can be influenced by electromagnetic fields, even at lower levels. While researchers have examined the impacts of exposure to everyday technology like smartphones or home appliances, the energy levels at CERN are of a different magnitude altogether. Some who support this theory argue that even if the fields are contained within the facility, their ripple effects might extend further than assumed, perhaps even subtly influencing thought patterns, perceptions, and memory on a wider scale. If true, these invisible energy interactions might contribute to memory confusion or altered perception, leading people to remember facts and events differently than they occurred. The phenomenon might not be intentional or consciously manipulated, but instead a byproduct of high-energy interactions colliding with the delicate neuroelectrical systems of the brain. This could explain why so many people report the same memory inconsistencies at the same time, creating the illusion of shared alternate histories. In addition to the possibility of physical influence, some suggest there is also a psychological dimension to these experiments that should not be overlooked. Quantum mechanics, by its nature, introduces ideas that challenge everyday understanding, concepts like particle entanglement, superposition, and the nature of dark energy. These ideas are difficult for the average person to fully grasp, and their abstract nature can produce confusion or uncertainty. This mental dissonance, when faced with the idea that scientists may be creating black holes, bending time, or exploring multiple dimensions, can create a sense of anxiety or existential unease. In such a psychological landscape, individuals may begin to search for meaning or explanations, which in turn may contribute to collective misremembering or strange interpretations of real-world events. The possibility that human perception is being unintentionally affected by the unknown implications of these experiments adds fuel to this speculation. This wider discomfort is also part of a growing cultural trend, where technological advancements seem to be moving faster than society can fully comprehend or regulate. The fear that CERN might be tinkering with forces beyond human control resonates with those who already question how science should interact with the mysteries of the universe. In this context, psychological shifts like the Mandela Effect become symbolic, not just of changes in memory or perception, but of society's broader struggle to navigate a world that is changing in ways that often feel invisible or incomprehensible. The presence of online communities and discussion forums has also played a role in reinforcing these theories. On the internet, stories and claims that might have been isolated in the past now find echo chambers, spaces where like-minded individuals share and amplify their experiences. In these circles, reports of unusual memories, unexplained glitches in perception, and alternate versions of reality are treated not as curiosities, but as evidence. As these stories are shared, debated, and repeated, the belief in phenomena like the Mandela Effect grows stronger, even in the absence of formal scientific support. Although mainstream experts have consistently dismissed the idea that CERN's work could be causing global cognitive disruption, these alternate theories persist. Those who support them often point to the complexity and secrecy of particle physics research, as well as the difficulty of fully understanding what happens when matter is pushed to its energetic extremes. For these believers, the unknown consequences of such experiments make it plausible that something unusual, whether dimensional blending or collective misperception, is taking place. In this light, CERN is seen as more than a research institution. It becomes a symbol of the modern world's struggle with the unknown. The Mandela Effect, whether interpreted as a scientific byproduct, a psychological phenomenon, or something stranger, remains a puzzle that captures the imagination. The idea that we may be tampering with reality itself is both unsettling and captivating, and it continues to inspire conversation, investigation, and speculation around the world. In the quiet town of Santa Juana, Chile, nestled amidst rolling hills and pristine landscapes, an event occurred that would forever alter the lives of its residents and baffle the world at large. On a serene morning, a disc-shaped object landed on top of a hill along Ruta de la Madeira, a road that meandered through the picturesque countryside. The actions of one man who stopped traffic to investigate this enigmatic occurrence would set in motion a series of events that would captivate locals and the imagination of people worldwide. It was a crisp and clear morning when the residents of Santa Juana awoke to a sight they could scarcely believe. On a hill overlooking Ruta de la Madeira, a disc-shaped object, gleaming with an otherworldly iridescence, had touched down. Eyewitnesses described the object as hovering just above the ground, seemingly defying gravity. News of the unusual occurrence spread rapidly through the small town, and before long, a gathering of curious onlookers began to form along the road, their attention fixated on the mysterious object perched atop the hill. Among the bystanders was a man named Alejandro Reyes. As he observed the growing crowd and the increasing excitement, he couldn't shake the feeling that something strange was going on. It was at this point that people started to point at the object and question what it was. With unwavering resolve driven by a deep-seated sense of inquisitiveness and a genuine care for the welfare of his community, Alejandro made the conscious choice to take proactive action. He strongly advised other drivers to keep their composure, providing clear instructions to remain inside their vehicles and keep a safe distance from the uncommon occurrence taking place on the hillside. He emphasized the importance of maintaining a neutral demeanor and cautioned them to exercise caution and diligence in response to the mysterious object. According to a resident in the area, the object reportedly touched down on the hill within an hour, as they mentioned that they had passed by the same area just 30 minutes before in the opposite direction and had not noticed anything unusual at that time. One user submitted a detailed account of the event on social media. They said the following: "The sight was like something out of a science fiction movie, a surreal experience that has been etched into my memory forever. It was a crisp, cloudless morning, the sun just beginning to paint the sky, when I saw the disc-shaped object touch down on the summit of a hill that overlooked the winding Ruta de la Madeira. The object gleamed with an otherworldly iridescence, casting a mesmerizing light that seemed to dance across its smooth, metallic surface. From my vantage point, the object appeared relatively large, roughly the size of a small car, with a perfectly symmetrical saucer-like shape. Its edges were rounded, and it sat effortlessly on the hill, hovering just above the ground, as though defying the very laws of gravity. The disc's metallic surface was unblemished, devoid of any visible seams, joints, or markings. It seemed to be crafted from a material that was unlike anything I had ever seen. The color, if one could call it that, was an enigmatic blend of silvery grey and iridescent hues. There was an inexplicable sense of tranquility in the air, as if the very atmosphere held its breath in awe of this enigmatic visitor, and it was a moment suspended in time, a convergence of the ordinary and the extraordinary, a testament to the boundless mysteries that the universe has yet to reveal. As I stood there, gazing in wonder and amazement at the disc-shaped object, I couldn't help but wonder about its origin and purpose. Everyone who saw the object was shocked, and the silence that enveloped the hill was broken only by the whispers of the wind and the distant hum of nature awakening to the dawn. Right now, we still question what landed on that hill and whether it will return. Many of us have no idea what unfolded that day, and I don't think we will ever get an answer." End quote. The arrival of the disc-shaped craft on Ruta de la Madeira in Santa Juana continues to perplex onlookers, and due to the incident taking place in 2016, there are gaps in the available information. The mysterious nature of this event has left many bewildered and searching for answers. Some members of the community reported witnessing the object beginning to levitate above the hill before swiftly departing on the opposite side, rendering it invisible to the onlookers. Conversely, a separate group claimed that the authorities instructed individuals to evacuate the vicinity. These varied eyewitness accounts resulted in contrasting perspectives on the event. The incident has sparked a widespread discussion, with speculation and theories emerging as people strive to comprehend the unusual occurrence from different vantage points. Alejandro Reyes's choice to halt the flow of traffic and thoroughly examine the mysterious aircraft highlighted the extraordinary ability of regular individuals to face the unfamiliar and motivate others to follow suit. The occurrences that transpired on the slope continue to baffle investigators, serving as a compelling reminder of the enigmatic nature of unidentified flying objects. This enigma underscores the vast realm of the unexplored when it comes to these inexplicable aerial phenomena. Mountains, with their towering peaks and remote, pristine landscapes, have long been associated with awe-inspiring beauty and a sense of wonder. But throughout history, these majestic natural wonders have also been the backdrop for countless UFO sightings, stirring intrigue and sparking debates about the existence of extraterrestrial life and their interest in our planet. In various mountainous regions worldwide, there have been multiple accounts from reliable sources, such as hikers, pilots, and mountaineers, reporting the observation of unidentified flying objects over the course of several years. These testimonies, which defy conventional interpretations, have contributed to a substantial body of evidence suggesting the existence of such phenomena. One compelling account comes from a group of mountaineers scaling the Himalayas in Nepal. In the early hours of a cold morning, they observed a series of luminous orbs dancing above the peaks. These orbs displayed erratic flight patterns and incredible speeds, leaving the mountaineers in awe of the spectacle. Such sightings are not unique to the Himalayas. UFOs have been reported above mountain ranges in various countries, including the Rockies in the United States and the Andes in South America. The appearance of unidentified flying objects hovering above mountainous regions has sparked a wide array of theories and conjectures regarding their intentions and source. Numerous individuals propose that these observations serve as proof of highly sophisticated technology, potentially originating from extraterrestrial beings. UFOs are believed to operate in defiance of the principles of physics, executing maneuvers and attaining velocities that surpass the capabilities of human-engineered aircraft. This enigmatic phenomenon has led to extensive discussions and investigations, stirring curiosity about the prospect of life beyond Earth and the existence of advanced civilizations in the universe. Another hypothesis suggests that mountains might carry a specific importance for visitors from outer space. These natural formations, frequently located in remote and uninhabited areas, may offer optimal sites for observing, researching, or potentially engaging with our planet. The seclusion and remoteness of mountainous terrains could afford a feeling of seclusion for any extraterrestrial entities aiming to evade detection. Given the minimal human presence and limited access, these regions may serve as ideal vantage points for comprehensive analysis and observation of Earth. Moreover, there is a contention suggesting that mountains might harbor distinctive energy fields or magnetic characteristics that could potentially draw UFOs. It is well documented that the magnetic fields of the Earth tend to fluctuate significantly in regions characterized by steep elevations, and these fluctuations could conceivably pique the curiosity of sophisticated extraterrestrial societies aiming to exploit or comprehend these energies for their own purposes. Mountains have held a sacred place in the beliefs of numerous cultures, with many of them linking mountains to spiritual importance and connections to the celestial realm. The ancient Inca civilization, for instance, held the belief that mountains were either the dwelling places of divine beings or acted as gateways to the heavens. Exploring the intriguing notion of whether these spiritual convictions have any foundation in real encounters with extraterrestrial entities adds a layer of mystery and fascination to the enduring allure of these revered natural formations. In recent times, the occurrence of unidentified flying objects hovering over mountainous regions has garnered significant attention from the global scientific and research communities. The evolution of technology has played a pivotal role in facilitating a more methodical investigation of these sightings. With the aid of advanced cameras, radar systems, and sophisticated data analysis tools, scientists have been empowered to systematically capture and scrutinize UFO encounters with enhanced precision and efficacy. The Mount Adams Infrared Observatory in Washington State, USA, is a significant undertaking that has garnered attention due to the multitude of reported UFO sightings in the vicinity of Mount Adams. Equipped with advanced technology such as infrared cameras, the research team at the observatory diligently records and analyzes these unexplained phenomena. Despite their extensive efforts, the intrinsic nature of these unidentified flying objects remains elusive, and conclusive explanations have proven challenging to ascertain. Nonetheless, the comprehensive research conducted at the observatory represents a valuable contribution to the in-depth scientific exploration of this intriguing phenomenon. Despite the abundance of first-hand testimonies, hypotheses, and scientific inquiries, the enigma surrounding UFO sightings above mountainous regions persists. This phenomenon continues to provoke profound questions regarding the existence of extraterrestrial life, their fascination with our planet, and the enigmatic facets of the universe. The enduring intrigue and curiosity it fuels underscore the enduring quest for understanding in this realm of exploration. The complexities associated with these sightings transcend mere terrestrial concerns, prompting a deeper contemplation of the enigmatic forces that may exist beyond our planet.